Hi, healers. So, this one is, have you ever tried to escape a cyclone? I don't call this the cycle of abuse, I call it the cyclone of abuse because escaping abuse is a lot harder than getting out of a cycle. It's more like a cyclone. And I say that because I'm still trying to get out of an abusive relationship, even after I filed for divorce 4 years ago. So, this is how it goes, Kay. Calling it a cyclone. But when we talk about abuse, we describe it as a cycle. The stages of abuse have been broken down into stages that repeat over and over, with very few exceptions. Most evil ways have a pattern. Darkness is very crafty, but it is spiritual, and these spirits complete many of the same objectives. The key to overcoming the attack in your life is to recognize the pattern. The same devices have been used since the beginning of time. You will not always recognize them in time, but you will always learn from it. When you are caught up in abuse cycle, it's symbolic of a cyclone. It seems to come out of nowhere, but it gets dark, and everything behind it was left destroyed. Everything in its path was destroyed, right? So here we see you are immediately put in the dark. You're in a cyclone or in this abuse cycle. Everything gets dark. The light is blocked. It's like you're wearing blindfold. You are surprised or caught off guard about the coming destruction. They're lying to you, they're hiding from you, they're telling other people to lie to you and hide things from you. It's like you're walking around with a blindfold on and you don't really know what's happening. And that's the intent. That's what abuse is. And they will use everybody they can to continue this abuse if they can't do it to you themselves. They'll use your own children to lie to you. So you're caught off guard, you're wearing a blindfold, right? This is what it's like in a cyclone. You can't see anything, it's completely dark. The cyclone hides all of the light. You can't see the coming destruction. You just know you're complete destruction. And everything behind abuse has left a trail of destruction. And it's moving forward towards you. And which way can you run out of a cyclone? There isn't a way. It's just coming towards you and you're trapped in the center of it. It's nearly impossible not to get sucked in. It is not your fault. You were sought out because the conditions were perfect. Perfect conditions for the cyclone, right? All of the right words and actions will create the perfect storm and sweep you off your feet. Before you realize it, you are spinning around looking a wreck with a wild look in your eyes, just like the abuser. And people can't tell who the problem is and what you have going on. Everything is spinning around here in your head, and the abuser is spinning the story around in everyone else's head. You are in a continual, purposeful downward spiral that is intended to create chaos and confusion to keep you in the cycle. Eventually, you just want out, but it's like there is no right time to jump. It's dangerous on every turn of events. The abuser has found a way to speak poorly of you and lie on your behalf every chance encounter to anyone willing to give a listening ear, even the mailman. Eventually, you will realize that's why you run into people and find yourself wondering what you might have done to offend them, knowing you hadn't, and often try to be friendly and helpful. I don't really get into the fact that you're spinning around. Well, what happens in the cyclone? Basically, it just goes off into the sky, and what's left in its path is just complete destruction. And that's what abuse is. There isn't anybody in the area who goes untouched or unharmed from an abuser. They hit everybody. Okay. Some things to think about how people can't get out of abuse that easily and don't feel bad if you're trapped in abuse and you're having a hard time getting out of a toxic relationship because they're not made to get out of, they're made to keep you forever. If you get out alive, you're blessed. And if you get out without them trying to pull you back in for years, you're really blessed. And that's unusual, unfortunately. There isn't the help out there that they say that there is. You will be continually abused by these abusers. That's what abusers do. Have a great day.